Hello and welcome back to Basement Banter on Yup Sports Radio. I'm Jake Urich and I'm here with Evan Anderson and Jack Shea, and we are here to do a short session to pick the AFC and NFC championships game. So guys, let's start off with the NFC game.
Big one. You got the 49ers, who obviously are the trendy pick right now, with Kaepernick playing as well as he is. It's a stout defense. A lot of people think they'll take the NFC spot in the Super Bowl.
And we have the Falcons.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is hot right now.
And he's got some receivers that are playing well.
Two premier wide receivers on the Falcons, and it'll be a challenge for the 49ers to stop them all game. I think that's the key to the game is the 49ers.
So let's get down to business here. In the first game, who do you like, Evan?
I've got the Niners. I have a really, really tough time putting any faith whatsoever in Matt Ryan. I've watched him keel over so many times in the past, and even last Sunday he showed flashes of that in that second half in almost losing that big lead. I mean, you give him credit for the last drive, but that really was a poorly played half of football by him, so I'm sticking with the Niners.
What about you, Jack?
I also have the Niners in this game. I think as I said, the matchup between the Falcons offense and Niners defense will decide the game. I think the Niners defense will shut them down, while their offense will provide enough flashes of offense to win the game.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to pick the Falcons 28-24, and I think that Matt Ryan and the Falcons kind of got over the hump of winning the playoff game. They had trouble doing that, and I think that this week, the second half scare, they'll kind of calm them down, and it woke them up, and I think that they're going to play a great game. I think that the 49ers secondary is going to struggle to stop the wide receivers, and they're going to be able to score. And I think that this week Kaepernick is just not going to have as much success. He's liable to lay an egg. We saw that in the regular season against Seattle, and so I think that Atlanta's going to pull this one out and head to the Super Bowl.
You really are ready to put that at Matt Ryan's feet? You think he's ready?
I think Matt Ryan's more ready than Colin Kaepernick. That's
fair.
what I believe.
I'm not of a mind that Kaepernick is the most ready, but I just can't put any stock in Matt Ryan.
Well, fair enough. We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
All right, so now on to the second game, the AFC game, and this is a game between the Patriots and the Ravens, with two guys that have kind of been the faces of the NFL for the last decade, with Ray Lewis and Tom Brady, of course. And one of them is on the way out, Ray Lewis. So do either one of you guys buy into the Ray Lewis destiny storyline, and you think that they're going to make the Super Bowl?
I do not buy into it. I think Ray Lewis is a great player and a great leader, but the Ravens, they gave it all they had to beat the Broncos. That game took a lot out of them with over one overtime. It's they're going up against an offensive juggernaut that they are not going to be able to stop, and I think that the Patriots will win.
I think that certainly the Ravens aren't even a top 5 team in this league, and for me they're right on the edge of being outside of the top 10. That said, and I hate to make picks based on my gut if I can't find anything numbers-wise to back it up, but I have an easier time betting against Tom Brady. It's weird to say that, but better time or an easier time betting against Tom Brady in the playoffs in light of his last few years than I do this whole Ray Lewis team of destiny story. It seems like it shakes out that way a lot, and I know you're going to grill me on it. But
well, I mean, I got to give you credit. Last week with that pick, Ravens by a field goal ended up being the correct pick, even though Denver seemed like they were on a roll and they couldn't be stopped. I just do not believe the Ravens defense has it in them to stop the Patriots. They're not what they were in past years, and I think that throughout the season we saw that they were exposed. Being said, Ray Lewis is playing phenomenally. He's leading. And
it's come out of nowhere. He was not playing.
He's leading the
football.
The league in tackles in the playoffs.
Yeah, he is.
So, but I in the end I think that the Patriots, even though they don't have Gronkowski, their offense is going to be too much for the Ravens, and it's going to get a little out of hand late, and I think the final score is going to be 35-21. When we talked about locked about quarterbacks for the other game, and I just do not think that Joe Flacco is a good enough quarterback to play as well as he did last week and keep that going for a second week in a row. He just lays eggs. He lays eggs.
I will be flabbergasted if both teams don't score at least 30 points tomorrow.
Really? Well, I mean, yeah, I can see that. This is the thing about Joe Flacco. His QBR during the regular season was below 50. I think it was 48.6, and in the playoffs it's been sitting at 77. And I think that if you play a whole season when you're
Regression to the mean.
yeah, at some point, you're gonna go back to what you do, and so it's about consistency. And Tom Brady's been playing at his QBR that he was playing during the regular season. So I think if one of them is to lay an egg, it's him. And if all the quarterbacks left, I think if anyone isn't going to show up for 1 week, it's either going to be Flacco or Kaepernick. So.
Tom Brady has laid his fair share, though.
But you're not going to put the last couple Super Bowls on him.
Well, certainly not. But you remember a couple years ago they drubbed the Jets in the regular season. I think it's 45-3, and then came out and he basically laid an egg in that divisional game. It's I just don't have a good feeling about the Patriots, and I do have a good feeling about the Ravens, and I can't mount any argument against.
Here's my feeling. I feel like if Tom Brady comes out and lays an egg, then the Patriots will be in the game at the very end, and they could lose that way. But I feel like if he actually comes out and plays well, then they beat the Ravens by 2 touchdowns. So, well. That's what we have for you. The games are tomorrow, and we'll be back with you next week with a full-length show to recap the weekend, talk about the Super Bowl, and probably hit on some other stories around the sports world.
Yeah, we will.
Thanks for joining us.